In the old kids' shows, they used to ask, "Are you happy?" Well, I've got 3 reasons why we're not happy, and I got 3 reasons why we can be happy. 1, DOGE is absolutely illegal and unconstitutional. He hasn't been appointed by any body of Congress. What he's doing is like a bull in the china shop. His folks, who are amply paid, they're getting as much as $200,000 a year or $200,000 per contract. I have no idea. And they're going into all the agencies and just making demands. Demands that they say are what Trump wants. Well, sometimes when the executive isn't right, in the military, you don't follow illegal rules. But evidently in politics, anything goes. So, DOGE is going into the Department of Education, and the Department of Education that now has a cabinet minister said, oh yeah, they can see just firing maybe 7,000, 8,000 folks, or even 40% of the workforce, and eliminating it if they wish. May not be our wish, because we know we need better education for our kids, and we want to continue being the leading country on most inventions, most entrepreneurs, most startups in the world. We lead in all the sciences. Just look at our roster out of MIT and other universities. So we've got the potential to teach our kids, and the Pentagon's methodology shows it's possible, because kids, military kids who are learning through the military bases, they do far better in math and sciences than the general public. So no doubt about it, we can lift up our scores and be number 1. You work with the Department of Education. You don't destroy it. Number 2 is going into our Social Security. We don't need him looking at our private Social Security numbers. He's not part of Social Security. He doesn't know how it works. And the administrator, the acting commissioner of Social Security, now says, well, Trump wants him to cut Social Security. So he's thinking of cutting 6 out of 10 field offices. And he's also looking to cut people working in Social Security. I don't know about you, but when I've got a question on Social Security, I like knowing that there's a person at the other end of that line, and they can tell me exactly what I need. They don't do just births and deaths. They do claims. They help veterans. They help kids. They are a necessary component of our functioning lives. I don't want to cut. And what's the third thing, though there are so many others? The third thing is EPA. All of a sudden, because Trump wants to drill, baby, drill, EPA is going to look at our laws again and decide, do carbon emissions, methane emissions, and sulfur really contribute to ill health? Well, I gotta tell you, yeah, it does. 99.99% of all scientists have said it contributes to the pollution we're seeing and to the rapid changes in weather that are occurring. Right now, San Francisco Bay is looking at an atmospheric river, and Los Angeles in the south, they're looking at floods. People's weather patterns have changed all over the world. You're seeing tsunamis. You're seeing a slowing down of the ocean. And people are unhealthy. They're dying of cancer. they're dying of asthma. And you think you want to re-look at the information? It's there. There's no reason to drill, baby, drill, when we can be overcoming the potential recession that Trump wants to put us into and make up for it in infrastructure and new energy. It's enough. This country can't afford to drill, baby, drill, especially when we now know that some of the cleaner countries are now India and China because they're working hard to save their people's health. You want to cut down on health care? Make us a healthy society. Give us food when we need food and we can't afford it. And give us a house to live in. And give us good education. Then you don't have to worry about too much health care because your society is healthier. So now let's look at the 3 things that I think are important. You're not finding all of the protests that you thought you might have found. But the 13 Democratic attorneys general and the ACLU, they're active and they're making points. And those points are that DOGE and what Trump is doing and what the cabinet members are doing by deciding not to allocate funds that Congress has already allocated, that's illegal and unconstitutional. And there are articles to be cited for those actions. Totally unconstitutional. Funds that are allocated must be spent. Supreme Court agrees. They overturned the $2 billion that was frozen for U.S. aid. They said it's got to go through. And sooner or later, every other court in the union is going to see that the Constitution prevails. I just hope that DOGE hasn't done its job sufficiently, along with Trump, and eliminated the agencies before it happens. Why else am I hopeful? There are seats up in the House of Representatives. Right now, District 1 in Florida, District 6 in Florida, they're up. And that will change the balance of power in the House of Representatives on April 1st. Vote for Gay Valmont and Josh Weil. Josh Weil is a teacher in an Orlando school, just like my friend's husband. Good people. Were they in politics before? No. But you know what? Those are the kind of folks you want in government. Folks who are familiar with the people and with Department of Education and what are our needs. So that's the second thing I'm thankful for. And the third thing is Susan Crawford running for Wisconsin Supreme Court judge. For some reason, Musk is targeting her. Well, the some reason is Wisconsin goes Democratic, and he doesn't like it, and neither does Trump or Vance. Well, at this point, it's got to go Democratic because they're the ones who are going to keep our democracy. So, you got 3 bad reasons that we're not happy, but 3 reasons to be hopeful.